So first of all, this is one of the greatest tournament experiences I've ever had as far as production, as far as, you guys did the media day and only one day later you guys already had everything set up and looking amazing, and you made that little video that was like a tribute to the 3 guys that didn't make it out. I thought that was awesome. No other tournament has ever done that before. It seems pretty cool. I mean, we didn't really get to go out that much. We mostly stayed in the same hotel area. We did walk down to the mall. It was pretty awesome, 8 floors. It seemed, really similar to America, kind of. I expected it to be like more old-fashioned, I guess, but it's modern, just like America. And the elevators were pretty cool, how fast they went and stuff. It's been an awesome experience so far. I had borscht, the dumplings, the salad that you guys said you eat on New Year specifically. I've been loving it all. It's all been awesome. And then I did try the KFC because I heard the KFC out here is way better in America, and I can confirm it's way better than the KFC in America. Oh yeah, most definitely. Online is like a whole different game than offline. I usually don't like playing MK11 online. I feel like this game feels like it was made to be played offline, like the reactions that you have to have for certain situations and flawless blocking and stuff like that. You can't really do that online consistently. But offline, it's a whole different game, and it's way more fun offline. You can actually rely on your reactions to play defensively and stuff like that, which you can't really do online. I haven't been practicing that much, to be honest, because it was kind of last minute that I even knew I was coming here. Once I knew I was coming here, I started practicing a lot, but before I knew that, I wasn't really practicing. So there's all types of new stuff that I was unprepared for, like the Cetrion that I fought yesterday. That was my first time fighting against it ever, and it was in tournament. It was a really good decision to do customs. Some of the variations the characters had, they weren't good, and then there's variations that are obviously better. So when you do custom variations, you just let people do whatever they want. So not only can they cater to their own play style, but if you just pick the best variation with every character, that's already going to be more interesting than the variations that were set up and competitive before this patch. So they went in the right direction with that. I feel like they're not going in the right direction as far as balancing the characters. They thought that adding customs was just going to be good enough on its own, which it's a huge step up. Ultimate is a huge step up from the previous patch, but it would have been so much better if like that characters that are obviously low tier, like Shao Kahn and Scarlet and RoboCop, give those characters significant buffs, bring them up with the rest of the cast, and then the characters that are obviously too good, like Jackie and Liu Kang, and give them some nerfs, tone them down to bring them in line. If they were to do that on top of allowing customs, then it would be even way better than it is now. Take a few hour breaks here and there, go do something else, and come back to the game with a fresh mind. I feel like you can burn out very easily just playing super long periods of time without breaks, so it's definitely good to go out and do other things. Going on to like the gym thing, like you mentioned, in my opinion, when you're healthy and in shape, there's more of a chance for you to have better reactions and faster decision making and stuff like that. So I feel like people that are really in shape have a better chance against people that aren't. And the top players that aren't in shape that do really well, I think they could be even better if they were healthy and in shape. I've made good friends with a lot of the people in the community, so when I go out to compete, it's not just about the tournament. It's mainly about the tournament, but I do love seeing all my old friends that I've met throughout the years playing Mortal Kombat. It's almost like a little vacation in a way, like a little getaway from home, go see my Mortal Kombat friends, play Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's been my favorite video game of all time. I've played them all, loved them all. MK11's not my favorite, but it's still Mortal Kombat, so I still, love to play it with other people that love it. And yeah, the fact that it's Mortal Kombat, even if it was Injustice from the creators of Mortal Kombat, I love that just as much as Mortal Kombat. So basically NRS just keeps me going because I love their game so much. I guess if it was up to me personally, I would love for them to put Tremor back in the game. He was one of my favorite characters introduced in Mortal Kombat X. I had a lot of fun with him. If he was in Mortal Kombat 11, I would definitely main him probably. Some older characters that a lot of people want are like Havoc from Mortal Kombat Deception. He's like this cool zombie character that could like twist his head around and gain health and break his legs to like shoot a projectile at you. I think he's a fan favorite that people would love to see him come back as well. So when I first started competing in like 2011, there was nothing near this scale. Like a big tournament to us was like 100 people and a couple $100 on the line. That was like a big tournament to us. So it wasn't even about the money. It was just about being the best. Like, I don't know if you've heard the commentators and stuff saying, a lot of the commentators, I've been playing with them since MK9. And back in the day on the Xbox 360 leaderboards, I was ranked #1 in the world. And I was proud of that, Like, so when I went to tournaments, I wasn't thinking about like how much money I was gonna win. I was just caring that I proved that I was one of the best players in the world. Fun fact, I don't know if I've ever really told anyone this before. Back when I really cared about my rank #1 on Xbox, it came down to how many wins you had. So if you like didn't play for a day, when I came back, I'd be like ranked #2 because this other guy just played every day. So I had to like set my alarm clock just to make sure I woke up early enough so I got enough games played that day just so I can keep my rank #1 spot, I cared about it that much. I was pretty serious about it. The Dota Grand Finals had more viewers than the NFL Super Bowl or something like that. I don't know if that's exactly true, but something along those lines. And if that is true, then 10 years from now, who knows, like fighting games in general could be watched more than some sports, And if that's the case, it's like, are eventually many decades down the line, are people gonna be watching virtual video games more than gonna be watching like basketball and football and stuff like that? It's pretty interesting to think about. But yeah, in 10 years from now, when we're playing like Mortal Kombat 15 or whatever, I would assume the average tournament might have 1,000 or more people, and the average tournament might have, over 50 grand on the line. It's pretty crazy. I hope I'm still around to compete at that time. I'll be an old man by then. I'll be 37 by then. But I'm gonna try my best to still keep up with the scene and still be competing by then. We'll see. Because the thing about coaching and commentating and analyst is, since you're not playing, it kind of really doesn't matter how old you are. Because people say, once you get to like your 40s or older than that, your reactions get slower, your thinking speed gets slower, whatever. So, but when you get to your 40s or 50s, you can still commentate. Like you don't really need fast reactions to commentate or coach. So those are things you can do for longer periods of time than compete. And if I could like make money doing that instead, then I'm still doing something I love and I can still be playing the game on the side. And maybe I could still even be competing at the same time too, just not at the level that I used to. But yeah, being a coach would be fun. I taught my little brother how to play. I taught some other friends how to play too. I actually have a Patreon, which is like a website online where students can come and pay me to train them. And I've trained like over 50 people in the past couple years, and a lot of them have gotten better from it. And I have fun doing it, so I would definitely love to be a coach. Another example is my little brother. Most people in the community know he used to go by Forever King Jr. He recently changed his gamer tag to Burrito Voorhees because he wants to, have his own identity. But when he first started competing, he used to get like a lot of top 16s and, but as the years went on, he almost became a player that he's a challenge for anyone. When he's playing at his best, he can almost beat anyone in the world. He's beaten Sonic Fox before, he's beaten Foxy Grandpa before. He's almost beaten Tekken Master, I think. So I helped him get a lot better too. And seeing him win makes me just as proud to see him win than myself win. Same with my girlfriend too. I've taught her a lot of stuff, and watching Infinity win, I'm just as happy as if I won that match when I'm watching her play. Shout outs to WePlay for inviting me here. This has been one of the most amazing tournaments I've ever been to, and it was such an awesome opportunity. Shout outs to all my friends and family back at home in Ohio who support me all the time. Shout outs to my girlfriend who's still here competing right now. I hope she makes it out of her pool into top 8. And shout outs to all my people on my Patreon that's been subscribing and leveling up and helping me out with my career. And shout outs to everyone that loves Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat for life.